Good morning everyone. My name is Laura Stranks and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Brisbane, Queensland, Australia. Thanks for joining my channel this morning. If you haven't already subscribed, I'd love you to do so, and when you're in there, if you find the little bell, if you hit on that, it'll notify you when my videos go up for viewing. Just a couple of things before I start. I've got a Facebook page called a Facebook group, called Laura's Craft Room Tips and Tutorials. All the PDFs for the cards that I do on my YouTube channel, they are stored in that group, in Laura's Craft Room Tips and Tutorials, in the Files tab in that group. So I will have the measurements for this one and all my others in the description of this video, but if you would like the full PDF, you just need to ask to join that group. There are two questions you need to answer if you wish to join. One is why you'd like to join the group, and also that you agree to the rules. If you don't see those questions when you request to join, try joining on a different device. If you're on your phone, then maybe try your iPad or PC or laptop. I've also got a Facebook page called Cards by Laura. There's no PDFs in that page. It's all just cards that I do at my workshops and classes. Love you to follow that one as well. That's all of the business side of it, and we shall get started on today's card. It's called a mini mirror fun fold card. There's been lots around. I've redesigned this one to suit myself, the measurements and all. So I hope you like what you see today. I've put a little belly band on it, and this is how it opens up. I have decorated both these panels, and I've got how you cut these sections. It is cut from that. I've got little diagrams on my PDF as well, and I've also added another backing piece here so that it will stand up when you want to display it on your table or wherever. Some of the original ones don't have that, and then it sort of tips over, so I added an extra backing piece at the back there. The little belly band as well over the top. I will show you all the pieces that I'm using today on these cards, and I will show you, I think I've got out the ones, maybe not, but I shall explain where all these pieces for today, the stamp sets they're from. So today's card, we are going to do a Christmas card with some of these papers out of, I'll just get the name of the paper that I've used. It's this one here, which is called A Little Bit of Festive. It's all, there's a few sheets of designer series paper in there, but there's all these little pop-out pieces as well. And there's also some greeting panels. Nice little set to do. I'll just check my iPad and make sure I've got nothing that's going to come on. All good. Just thought I'd check that before we start and don't get interrupted. I was going to record this video earlier today, but we had a bloke here cleaning our roof and he was very loud, so I'm only doing it just now. So all the pieces you will need, and I've got the measurements here. We'll go through them all. As usual, I've printed up my the measurements you'll need for all your pieces. These measurements will be in the description box of this video, so you can get them from there, and you can follow along with the video to construct your card. My main piece, I've chosen Garden Green. It's 10.5 by 5.5. And then the DSP panels, I've got two different designs. You need one of each, or you can do all the same colour. This one I'm going to end up with it on the front here. I'll show you how to cut those in a minute. They measure 5.25 by 3.25, and I've got the two of those. Then the basic white piece, which is in the centre. I'll leave the belly band off this. In here I've used Very Vanilla, but I'm going to use white on this one. And to start with, before we cut it, it will be 5.25 by 2 3/4. Then the belly band is 9 inches by 1 inch. And then the DSP, I didn't choose DSP for this one. I've just embossed a little piece of white. I did have a little piece cut of this pattern here, but it got lost underneath, so I thought I'll just do the white. And then I've got that is going on the belly band. I'm going to put some embellishments in the middle, and this is my greeting for the front of my card, wishing you a festive Christmas. And that is out of the Trucking Along set. There is a punch that goes with this set, but I've just used the greeting out of there. And also I'm putting these little ornaments on in the top corner. They will go in under here in this one, and then the other little ornament here on the top corner. So that's that. And my back piece, have I got it listed on here? Back panel, yes, 5.5 by 3.5. That's that piece there. It's going on the back. So we shall get to the scoring. I shall put that away. You can take a screenshot of that if you wish, but you can find the measurements in the description box today. And then the PDF will be in my Laura's Craft Room Tips and Tutorials group in the Files tab in there. So what we need, and I'll show you what I've done on my PDF. I've done this outline of where you're cutting and scoring, and also the cutting and scoring of your DSP. So all that will be part of the PDF. So we'll take this piece first, the main piece, and we're going to score at 3.5. I'll move this down a little bit so you can see. 3.5, which is there. Cut my cutter out of the road. 3.5 and 7. Just move that up to the top. Open my arm out, and 7 inches there. So it's basically in thirds. Now, the next piece, we're going to go, you'll need a pencil and a ruler. Down on this first score line here, which I'll move this trimmer out of the road for now, because I'm going to score this with a stylus and a ruler. So down here, I don't know if you can see that score line. I'll bend it up a little bit for you. So that's there. You're going to measure down 2 inches from the top of the card down to there, which is 2 inches. Rotate it 180 and do the same on this one. We'll turn it back again when we get to the card, and that's down 2 inches there. So we can leave it this way to start. Now you're going to score from this top corner down to that pencil mark, and then from the pencil mark up to this one, and then on the bottom here we'll go the same thing. We'll go from that there down to there. I'll just show you. We'll do it as we go. I've got my ruler and I need a stylus. So we're going to go from this point in the corner down to that pencil line, that little pencil mark, or the score line where you put the pencil mark, down to there, and then up. I'll open this up so you can see where I'm going. So this is the score line here that I'm doing at the moment. So that will go from the pencil mark right to the score line there, and score that. Then you can turn it around and do exactly the same on this side. So you're going from the point to the pencil mark. We just rotated that 180 degrees, and we're going from there to there, and then from the pencil mark up to the top last end score line. That way. Just hold your ruler firm so it doesn't slip. And that's the scoring. I'll just rub out those couple of pencil marks because we don't need them showing. Now what you're going to do, you're going to pinch the horizontal lines to, they go to valley folds, that one there and that one there. So we're just going to pinch that down a little bit, just to that score line, and the same with this one. And then you're going to pinch the diagonal score lines down that way, just to try and get that point. Once you've pinched them, they work a little bit better. So just go across like that and across like that, and then pull it in, so long as you've got your point right on the corner. Just make sure that's to the point there. Just manoeuvre it around a little bit. I use my bone folder and burnish that down. And the same on this side. And that will be nice and even along the top there. Give them a nice burnish. So it's like so. And then you'll do the same on this one. That one goes up, down to a valley, and the diagonal ones come up into a mountain both ways. Once you get them pinched a little bit, you can push the whole thing in like so, and then line them up even. Give them a good burnish. That one and that one. So you'll end up with this way. That's the way this one is sitting, like so, and that's the way it'll sit on this side. Actually, this one will go backwards and this one will come up. Just trying to think. That one comes forward. Just keep manoeuvring it around until it goes in the right direction, which is that and that. So you can see we've got exactly the same. So these here will go down. This one is a valley and this one is a mountain. They'll be opposites there. So just, you can, if you do fold it the wrong way, you can fold it backwards the other way. It's probably better that you do fold it both ways. It gives it more chance of holding the fold and sitting down flat. That's about the hardest piece of the whole thing. So we're going to decorate a little bit now. We need, this piece here is on my front. So I'm putting it over this side. I want that as my front section. So you'll take this and we're going to cut. We're going to measure first. I'll just make sure I've got the right measurement here. Mark down 2 inches on the right side. So if my, just thinking which way, I think my pattern leaves hang down. Although they could hang up. No, the baubles, I've got little strings on them so that it goes that way. You need to make sure you get the direction. So this here, you're going to measure down 2 inches on the right hand side and put a little pencil mark there. And then we're going to cut from that point down to that pencil mark. Just put that out of the road. We'll get all these pieces cut now. So you put your point in the corner of the track, and over here where the pencil mark goes in the track. And because we're cutting paper, we need to start in the center so that you don't drag the points of the DSP. So that's that one there. You'll need both of those pieces, and just double check that that fits in there. If you do a mat on this, you would do the mat the same size as this DSP, and then you would do your DSP 1/4 inch on 2 sides smaller, so that you have your 1/8 inch border all the way around. But that's, I'm just using DSP today. Now with this little piece here, we're going to cut off 1/8 inch off the top, off the 2 straight sides, this side and this side here. And 1/8 is just the little stroke, that one there, just past the track. If you want to mark it, you can. I'm taking 1/8 inch off that, and the same with this. I'm just lining that up fairly even down there, and take 1/8 of an inch off that piece there. So you've got those two little 1/8 inch pieces off the two straight sides, and that will allow it, we'll come back to that one in a minute, that will allow that to fit in there nicely, like so. Now we shall do the other one. Now this one we're going to do it from the bottom, so you'll want it this way. So you're going to mark 2 inches up on the left side of the DSP. I've got my trees up that way, so we want the left side. If you place it in there, it'll give you a better guide of where to cut. So we're on the left side of this DSP, not the right side, and we're marking up 2 inches on that side. I'll put the ruler to the outside, it's better. 2 inches up there, and then we're going to cut from there down to this point here. Just make sure you cut them in the right angle, because they're actually opposite each other. One's on the left and one's on the right. So I've got the pencil mark there in the track and the point over here in the track, and we're going to cut that. I'll leave the trimmer there for a sec, and that piece will sit in there. I'll rub out that pencil mark in a minute. And this one we're going to do exactly the same as we did with the other one. Off the two straight sides, not this diagonal cut, we're going to take off 1/8 of an inch. Just off there. This piece, these little pieces, if you don't want to fill them in with that, it's easy enough just to leave them out altogether. So I'm doing 1/8 of an inch off this side as well. I just thought, rather than waste the little piece of DSP, and we can fill it in with the leftover pieces, and then that's all you've got for scrap. Those little bits there, not too bad. That should be all of the trimmer for a little while. Then we can stick all these pieces on, so they will go in there. Oh, we will do this centerpiece now while we're at it. That is this piece here. Now, just make sure I've got my correct measurements. Top left, we're going to mark in at 1.5 inches. Down 1.5, sorry, down on the left side, 1.5, which is there. And then on the right side, we're going up 1.5, which is there. Just double check that. Wait on, that's not correct. Oh, wait on. It's going to end up there. Somehow I don't think I've got my piece the right size to start with. Oh yes, I have. Yes, I have. I'll just double check. That's that one. Measure in 1.5 on both top and bottom corners. Top and bottom. I think I've gone the wrong way here. We'll do that bit again. We need to go in top and bottom, 1.5. I'll get this right yet. 1.5 there, and 1.5 here, top and bottom on either side. And then it's going to cut this way. I'll just double check that. It's easy enough to check. So that's going from there to there, and that's going from there to there. That's correct. So you want it top and bottom, not on the sides. And then we're going to cut. I shall move that a little bit. From this point here down to the 1.5, we're going to cut that section off. And this one here goes the same angle from that pencil mark there down to the point, and cut 1.5. And that's all you have to do. Those two little bits will be scrapped. Put that away. And as you can see, that fits in there. Just remember it's on the top and the bottom that you're marking in across 1.5 inches. Just rub those out. And that will go across in there. So we can glue all these pieces down. I shall use my silicone mat and my liquid glue. Got everything handy here. And when you're gluing, make sure you get right into those points so that it sticks the point down. Nothing worse than getting the point hooked on something and it pulls it up. This is the back of this paper, the red stripes. So that one will go on there. It's got a little 1/8 inch border pretty much all the way around. Just try and centre it as much as you can. And then this little piece will go at the top. Fits comfortably in here. Well, once you take those little 1/8 inch pieces off, that fits nicely in there with your little border around as well. That's that one. Don't know whether I did a decoration, which I didn't, but I'll stamp something in there, I think. Haven't really got much to stamp. I might just leave it blank for this one. I can stamp it later anyway. I've got some little pop-out pieces. I might put some more pop-out bits in there, but I'll do that later after I finish the video. This one goes this way. Nicely in there. Trying to get it straight, and I can see a pencil mark still there. So that's that one, and then this little piece will go in the bottom section. A lot of the videos I watched, they didn't fill in this bottom section and they wasted this little bit of scrap DSP. So rather than throwing it away or putting it back in your stash, as we say, I used it down the bottom. Just fills in the rest of the card. And I will pop this in, and I will find some of the little pop-out pieces out of that same DSP pack and pop it on later. But you could stamp a greeting or something in there. This one here, this is out of the Magnolia stamp set. And so are they. I'll show you the, I think I've got it handy. No, I haven't. I don't think I got it out. It must be in another set somewhere. But that's all out of the Magnolia Blooms set, those cut out die bits and that little stamp. So that's the inside done, which will end up like so. And then I've got, we'll put that on there. We've got that for the front. We've got our belly band, which we can do. This one here is going to put those over that side a bit. And I did have another one here. This can go up in this top corner because when this closes up, it will cover that pretty much over that side. And this you'll see up in the top corner. It matches in with these little baubles. But I'm going to keep this over this side so that it doesn't show. It will show just the top of that one a little bit, but that's not too bad. Put some glue on the back of those. These are so handy, these little pop-out pieces for cards. If you want a quick card, you can just pop them on a straight base card. They don't have to be onto a fancy card. I might just angle them a little bit that way so that they don't show. Baubles don't have to hang straight. And then this one can go in the corner. Pop that up in there. You'll see the top of that one. And we have just like that. Now our belly band, if you lay that flat on there, we'll do the greeting after. Bring that across and that across, not too tight. With any belly band, you know, if it's too tight, it's not going to come up and down. So I just do that, give it a little bit of a slide, and then I'm going to put some tear and tape on the ends of the belly band. I'll take it off there for a sec. So it'll fit, it's long enough to fit 2 pieces of tear and tape on each end. So one will go on the underside, or 2 on the underside and 2 on the upper side. So that will go that way. So we want 2 on the upper side of this piece, this end. And that will securely hold it together. You've got no hope of it coming apart unexpectedly. And my pick tool. So we shall put this back around. And I shall take the backs off these. And this one. And then just loosely close it shut. If you don't, I just pull it across where I want it, and then just ease back on the pressure, on the tension on it. So it's just a little bit loose and nice and straight. And you'll see that, and I always put my join at the front, which I'm going to trim that a little bit along there because I didn't get it super straight. Just trim that a little bit off. That's better. Pop that back on there. When I put it on next time, it'll come from the top because I've got my greeting going down the bottom. I'm going to put it flat onto there. And then up on dimensionals. These are the Stylish Shapes dies that I used on this one, and I use them quite a bit. So that's that there, and then I'm going to pop that, just fits in across that the front of that without hanging over the edge. Pop those on. I've got some embellishments as well. I think I got them out. Yes, I've got the little berries. I'm popping this down here, so when you take your belly band off, you can just slide it up the top because it's quite a bit thick down the bottom there. And then I've got my little embossed piece here. I've just embossed that with that fern embossing folder. I'm going to stick that on just with liquid glue. All of this is done with liquid glue. The only thing, if you make a mistake with liquid glue and you've stuck it down, it won't come up. If you use tape or your seal, you can heat it. If you heat it up, it will lift for you. If you've stuck it down in the wrong place, Just get your heat gun out and pop it, heat it up over the top, and then it will lift up for you, but it won't do it for glue, liquid glue. I might even pop this one up on dimensionals because it looks quite nice. Just here. It'll fit nicely across there. Probably with the extra thickness you might need to hand this card to someone and not post it because it's a little bit thick for posting, but you could layer it down a little bit yourself. You don't have to pop it all up. Just lay everything flat for posting. I think the belly band makes it a tiny bit thicker anyway, so if you're going to be thick, you may as well thicken the whole lot. Some of these backs end up all over the place. They seem to stick to everything. That there, and I know we haven't put the back piece on yet either. I should have done that before my belly band, but we'll do it now. So this will slide upwards. Now this back piece here, as you can see, it doesn't stand up like that. So I'm going to put my back piece on here. That's this one here, and I'm going to put the glue on the card itself because I don't want it down in this section here because that's the folded section. So I'll put some glue around on this just to hold this in. This is an added piece only so you can stand your card up. It will not stand up if you don't put this on. It's just the same width as the panels. Perfect on there. Gives it an extra thickness too, and then it stands up nicely. Got a little bit of stuff there. I will put something down on here later, and we can pop that back on. It shouldn't have made too much difference to the thickness of it. That's the beauty of leaving it just a little bit loose for yourself. And then we've got these cherry cobbler and pearl adhesive back berries. I'm going to put one in the centre of my bow. I'm going to use the red ones. They're cherry cobbler, but there's cherry cobbler in this the colours in this pack. I'll just use all single ones. I think that's enough. So I might put some out on the side of this as well. Put 3 across the centre. Just like that. All done. I hope you enjoyed that card. I know I did. I love a challenge, and I thought that turned out quite nicely. So we'll open these up because it looks better when it's open. So that's my cards for today and my little belly bands. Thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed that, and if you did, I'd love you to subscribe to my channel and make sure you hop in and join my group, my large craft Laura's Craft Room Tips and Tutorials group. And I'll see you again next Monday at 9 AM. Bye for now.